the core of the business is obviously customers. Organizations did not understand the basic difference between a CRM and Excel. The moment you start going operational, whether you have one customer or you have thousands of customers, the first thing that any business should do is get CRM in place.
This is the 48th episode of Dream 100 Show with Mr. Nilay Khatri, founder of Automate SMB. Welcome to Dream 100 Show, listener. I'm your host, Savita Hosamani. Each week, we interview today's most successful and inspiring business owners with winning teams who had the courage to chase their dreams in spite of all their challenges. Or we go on to explore one aspect of evolving business owners, cultivating their inner strengths for personal growth, which will impact business profits positively. Join us as we bring you everything that goes on in the minds of successful business owners during decision-making process and gain insights to make smarter decisions. In today's episode, we talk to Mr. Nilay, who is the founder of Automate SMB. The entire focus of Automate SMB revolves around customer centricity. They are the customized solution providers in automation for customer relationship management. Whether your business has a single customer or thousands of customers, handshake with technology is a must, says Nilay. So let's understand how to start this journey of automation implementation with the CRM expert advisor, Nilay himself on Dream 100 Show. And let's hear it out from him right here, right now. So let's get started. Welcome to Dream 100 Show, Mr. Nilay. Yep. It's truly an honor and pleasure to have you here on our show. So Nilay, as we proceed, I want to understand that why Automate SMB? Why this name? This is not a normal business name, right?
Right, that's very true. So, basically, we wanted to focus on small and medium businesses, right? Because the big companies, they're all well structured. They have defined things in their organization. Everything is well structured, right? The real struggle is for the small and medium businesses, or for any organization when they try to scale up the starting phase, and when they have certain growth and then they want to scale up. That is where is a major challenge, because when they try to scale up is when they look for technology, peripheral things and tools and applications to scale their business, right? So you cannot be hiring employees and team members, just as you wish. So to scale your business and to have defined processes, rules, and standard operating procedures in place, you need to have technology in place, right? And other thing is that as a small and medium business, to scale, having, as I mentioned earlier, having more and more team members is just going to get your cash burn, right? So an alternative for that is to have technology in place which helps you automate the standard procedures which you have in the business. So that is how we came up with the concept of providing a platform for businesses so that they can automate their processes required in general as a core of their whole business. And the core of the business is obviously customers. So anything which is related to the customer-centric aspect, any customer-centric processes, to automate them is what we planned to deliver as a venture called as Automate SMB.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So it is very clear. Anybody who listens to the name can understand it as Automate SMB. So right. They know if they are a growing business, you are the right person to get in touch.
Right.
Awesome. But when did you spot an opportunity like this, like businesses struggle when it comes to customers? Because usually we see that people struggle when it comes to setting up systems and processes and things like that. But at that stage, when a business is growing, they don't think about automating the process of customer relationship management.
Right. So this goes back to 2011 and 12. So in that period, I used to work with a company which is a number one open source CRM solution provider. Right. And after that, I moved on to as a freelancer. I started providing a customized open source solution. So I was one man army at that time. What I observed is that businesses were trying to use the tools the way they were not meant to be. And usually we ended up restructuring the entire platform for them. So probably they need a vendor management tool, but they were using context management as a vendor management kind of thing. That kind of things. So how the application was meant to be used, it was not used in that particular manner. The challenge was that businesses did not have a defined process in place. And I can say that they basically had a hollow strategy. So they were more in the experimental phase. Small and medium businesses, they were growing. So they wanted to try things, learn, and then optimize things, right? Then when it came to aligning technology with the strategy, that was much more worse. Mm-hmm. And then organizations did not understand the basic difference between a CRM and Excel. CRM is more structured manner of doing things, whereas in Excel, that's not the case, right? So another thing along with that is that the lack of technical understanding, which led from one thing to another. And over time, the requirements to customize the open source platforms, they started to repeat. So we thought, why not, since everybody requires the same kind of solution, the ask is usually the same, and everybody needs some kind of a person or some company who can advise them on how to use technology in a right manner. So we thought, let's not give project by project solution. Let's build a platform and combine our whole experience of 10 years to give a solution to the customers rather than just providing a single tool. Mm-hmm. Right? So that's a shift from technology and processes to the end objective. We focused more on the end objective rather than just being a technology provider.
So were people open to the idea of receiving such a solution?
They are very much. And that's what people need, actually. They don't care what technology you use, which tool you use. If you give me a set of 10 tools and you tell me that your end solution will be achieved using these 10 tools, they're happy with that. Mm-hmm. Right. But over the time, if you follow this approach of having multiple tools and things, it becomes difficult to scale, right? And your costs increases. You have to integrate those tools to speak to each other in a defined manner. So all those things brings a IT overhead. So that is where the concept of introducing a unified platform came to the picture. So we wanted businesses not to use too many tools, have one single platform which serves as one point of truth for everything. And if you can have a CRM which handles processes in a particular manner, why cannot you expand that whole platform to serve other departments, such as for your project management, managing your affiliates, managing your channel partners, right? So that was the idea, and we expanded the core platform, which is on the open source platform, to serve other departments and streamlining the other peripherals that businesses require to speak to each other and have the entire operations being done smoothly.
Here, I would like to understand, see if a business is a little bit tech savvy, it is okay. But if it is a traditional business and they do not have any kind of exposure to technology and things like that. So when it comes to learning new things, wasn't it a challenge for, because it is a small or a medium business where they might be having around 50 to 100 employees, and for them to take one more resource, train them, and if that resource leaves, then this whatever platform or solution which you have provided becomes kind of useless for them at that moment until somebody is able to come in and help them understand the process. So in such cases, how do you handle?
Yeah, adapting to the technology is always challenging. So, and I would say that's the case even with your mobile phone. When you purchase a new mobile phone, you have to explore that. You have to learn it. right? So same applies to CRM or any other software that you introduce in your organization. But the difference here is that if you compare with other solution providers, they have a defined set of knowledge base or training videos, right? And it addresses the product's features, but not exactly what a business requires from that given software. Or you have to go with some other agency, an agency which is different from the company that provides you the tool. Now that agency takes care of understanding your process or configuring the platform for you. But again, they do things only what you ask for. They are not prescriptive. So there's very little scope of experimenting things. So that is where in Automate CRM, we are not just a technology provider. We also act as an advisory for you. So we help you select, or if in general, if something cannot be achieved using our Automate CRM platform, we also help you select the right partner or the other solutions provider to how they can work together with the Automate CRM as a platform. And then we ourselves, we do not give a generic solution. It all starts from understanding the process of your organization, your whole strategy. Even in our case, we give demonstrations after a certain stage. So until we do not know about what you're looking for, what is your business, how do you work, what is your culture, how your processes align, we do not even give a demonstration. So only after we understand those things is when we do something called as a proof of concept. And our team configures the CRM in a nearby ready state. And then is when we start with the demonstrations and the trials. So in the end, I would say that we are not just a technology and tool provider. We also act as an advisory, and we are with all of your stages in terms of training your team, helping them to adapt with the technology, and simplifying that whole given process so that your team can easily get used to it.
Awesome. So I'll just take an example of a business, a growing business. Let's say in their sales and accounts and their operations, they have around 20 to 30 systems. So they're all connected by LAN. And that is what the business owner thinks, that, oh, now we have all the systems in place. And but what I see is after these things are there, that is when the actual problem starts, because for them, when it comes to having the security, because one department does not want the other department to know when it comes to certain things. So that kind of security, or because customers they have a growing network of customers. So they are maintaining it on Excel or things like that. And then again, one set of people will be handling one set of customers, and then suddenly one person leaves. See, from where I see in consulting businesses is, these are all the challenges which they face. And suddenly what happens is the computer is at risk of virus or some data, and some person has collected some data. They can't afford a IT person. So what they do is they just outsource it. And if that outsourced person, system admin, is taking a long time to come, then the whole system is crashed for some time.
You're back to square one, basically.
So how do they save? Because few businesses have to save their data every day when it comes to their accountings and invoicing and billing and things like that. So in such a typical case, I see that they have multiple people coming in for multiple kind of solutions. So for such a business, they already have invested quite a lot of money. So do you think if they come to you, would you be able to provide a better solution, more reliable and a easy solution?
Right. So talking about this, a simple question here: what is easier to save, a single big fort, or if you have multiple forts, right? So that's a challenge over here. So if you have multiple things to defend, it becomes challenging, right? Because you have to redirect your resources into different places, and that the power that comes from a unified army that you cannot utilize. But if you had everything in one single place, a well-defined thing from the external forces, but with restrictions in-house, right? Which, as you mentioned, that one department would not like its own operations and internals to be shared with other department, which is fine. But when you talk about the customer-centric processes over here, right? That the other approach of not sharing information also leads to siloed operations and departments. So one department is not aware of other department what is happening. For example, if you take a support department and the sales department. Now I have a customer who has been complaining about a certain thing for quite a time, right? And in that same time, your sales team goes to the same customer with another offer to sell something else. Now that customer is going to be really pissed off. He would say, first fix my first existing issue and then you sell me something else. Right? So similarly, so what happens in this unified platform is that we have got good control on how you want to share the data between different departments. So you can completely restrict on what exactly should be shared between teams, what is necessary. Right. So, and you can also control what operations they can do, what they cannot do, what they can see. So all that control is what you have in the platform inbuilt, because it's a basic design that you have every department in one platform. So of course you have that isolation that you can create between departments and still have that flexibility that each department is aware of what is required to give much more, a smoother experience to their customers.
So, for all your customers to whom you have provided service, what is the biggest challenge that you have encountered when it comes to delivering your service to them?
The challenge has been not in terms of delivering the software. It has been more in terms of defining the strategy, right? So businesses come with different experience what they had in the past. People come from different backgrounds, different age groups. So something which is easy for the young generation might be difficult for the old generation. Right. So and when it comes to the organization's hierarchy, the people who are in the low level of the hierarchy are mostly young, and people on the higher hierarchy side are mostly from the old generation. So that usability, user experience, and how they want to use the system varies very widely. Right, so that has been a kind of a challenge, but we have been able to somehow shoot the balance over there. Another thing has been that, as I mentioned about the processes, so businesses do not have a well-defined strategy or process in place when they come to us. It takes a bit of time to understand each other and explore the possibilities with the platform. So now, since you're adapting to a digital landscape, so you have to also understand that things are going to change. You will have to restructure your entire organization in certain cases. In certain cases, it is not required at that level. But in most of the cases, you will have to change your culture, how things work, how teams collaborate with each other. Those entire things change over here. So bringing that change and to, getting the team used to that is the most challenging part. Right. So because there's a fear also, right, that if a certain technology comes into the place, people have that fear that I might lose my job. But that's actually not the case. The case here is that you are going to perform your job in a much optimized manner. Now you can focus on things for which you are meant to, rather than focusing on doing data entry and things that are just mundane tasks, basically. So you can just get rid of that, save a lot of time, and focus more on the core things which you are supposed to do.
That's awesome. I think until and unless they understand the benefit and they see the result, only then they will be able to accept it with more acceptance. Otherwise, there will be resistance, lot of resistance. So when do you think business, like as you said, some businesses have to restructure the whole thing? Right. When do you think a business should come to you and say that we need your help, or we need to restructure this business?
Right. So the thing is, that's again a general conception or the mindset that businesses have, The technology comes when in the end. So first, right? So they don't want to have that handshake with technology since the start. So they say technology is my investment or it's an overhead, it's an expense. It's not an expense actually, it's an investment. Once you have done your market research or your business plan is set, and the moment you start going operational, whether you have one customer or you have thousands of customers, the first thing that any business should do is get CRM in place. Because CRM in the older, sometime 15 years back or before that, CRM was just about managing the list of your customers, what deals you have, and your meetings, right? Only these three aspects, nothing else. So where are you going to manage your list of customers? What all deals you have? So that is the base. Everything starts from there. So from the day one, any business should start investing into the CRM. So if you have that investment in place, you are basically experimenting, and that tool or that whole strategy that you have is going to evolve as you scale and you grow. So it will be in much more harmony compared to if you plan to introduce technology and things later in the later stages. So that's I would always say that CRM is the first thing any business should do once they go operational.
Oh, so be it a startup or a growing business, the sooner they start off with technology and have it as a part of their daily activity, then it becomes more useful.
Yes, exactly. Even if they are a freelancer.
Okay.
Right,
Because
it makes sense, right? You are doing multiple projects, and usually your clients will get back to you asking, Nilay, what has happened with the task? Or you will be asking the customer, when is my payment going to come? But if you have a tool in place, you can easily tell them, okay, I have a portal. You are given me a set of tasks. You just log into that portal and you can see all the statuses of my task, what has been allocated, what is in progress, what has been delayed, and kind of things. In terms of the freelancer, they need not follow that much with the customer. You can have automated reminders for payments. Your payments come automated into the system. Your project's timeline and everything is well aligned with your execution. So you're spending less time managing your business, right, and focusing more on what you have to deliver.
I think this is a very important point that you have made, because this is where people are losing out on time.
Right.
They don't have enough time for R&D activities because most of their energy gets sucked in all this small activities, which is very, very time consuming, and at the same time, a big headache. Like,
Right.
See, I have seen in businesses, they have appointed one resource just to make calls for payment reminders.
Right.
So
and even if you talk to startups and founders, even after 2-3 years, if you ask them where does your maximum amount of time goes, they would say my time goes into service, customer service. Right. But if you had a certain process in place, that could have been avoided.
So then there are so many CRM providers in the market and big players also. Right. And what is it that is so special about Automate SMB that people have to come to your organization? What is your USP?
Yeah. So our USP is that we are a blend of everything. So if you ask us, we place ourselves in between CRM and ERP. So we are neither a full-fledged ERP, but we are much, much more than a traditional CRM. So what happens here is if you take other providers, they are restricted to a certain aspect of business, be it sales, marketing, or support. So if you get the extent of CRM, that is what it goes to. And if you want anything beyond that, you have to go for a project management tool. You have to go for a vendor management tool and sort of things. So that increases, again, that gap starts coming in, right? And you have to spend more and more as you need more, tools. For example, if you have this meeting scheduled or something, you have to have a form to be sent to the customer where they fill in their details and that information comes back into the CRM. So now you're using two tools. One is for your forms and one is for your internal sales and meetings management. But what if you had that entire thing in one single platform? So along with the core structured things, which are required anyways for sales, marketing, and things, Along with that, you can also introduce custom modules and custom peripheral processes to support your core departments in one single platform. You do not look for any other tool. So that helps you not in just terms of cost reduction, but you have that same consistency across the entire process. You not learn a new tool, right? So that is the benefit that you get from the unified platform. Everything is in one single place, and you can scale that horizontally as you want. And then since everything is on one single platform, the automation also becomes too much easy to do, right? Now you're not worry about integrations. You're not worry about how my data is going to move from one application to another platform. Since everything is sitting in one platform, we have a inbuilt workflow engine. So just define when this happens, do this. When this does not happen, do that. As simple as that.
Okay, so in that case, is your solution a one-time activity, like a person, let's say, like if at all today I want to sign up with you, so and then I get my business automated. So you look into the business and then you provide a solution. And after that, do we still keep in touch? Is it on a subscription basis that we have dependency on your business every now and then? Or is it only when we want to bring in some new feature that we have to come back to you? How is it?
Yes, you have to come to us only when you need a new feature. But in terms of configuring your system, so suppose you started with a basic thing, just let us say you just started with sales, right? And now you also want to do marketing on the same platform. You want to introduce your support automation on the same platform. So you did not come to us again and again, because the concepts on how the whole application works is same, whether you are into sales or support. And the workflow engine to automate the processes in between these departments, it's the same one single engine. So when you onboard our platform, we give you a proper training on how to configure the tool, and those concepts are same. Unlike other, if you use multiple tools, you have to learn each and every tool, which has its own way of working. But here, since the entire platform is one single platform, how it works doesn't vary. The same thing applies on all the departments, right? So if you want to add new field, you want to make a new module, or you want to have certain automation, it's the same single place. So if you have understood that, you can configure the entire platform by yourself. There's no need for you to come to us for each and every small thing. The only thing is when you want to integrate something or certain process or automation that cannot be achieved using the existing workflow features or our existing pool of integrations, is when you have to come to us, and then we'll provide you the solution for that.
Awesome. So now, let's say now most of the businesses have started having their own apps. Right. So when they share these apps with their customers, and the customers come back to them saying that this is not working, that is not working. So in your case, how does it help? I mean, where is the intervention here, and how can the process be smooth?
Right. So since we ourselves are a CRM company, so we have just one simple thing, that whenever you have any issue, just give us a call.
Okay.
As simple as that. Right. So we do not want to, already you are in that pain that something is not working. And then you want to reach out to L1 support, and then they'll chat with you. You wait for some time. We'll get back to you after a day. So such sort of things we try to avoid. We just, whenever somebody signs up with our platform, be it the smallest package or the biggest package, whatever it is, we always allocate one solution architect to our customers. And whenever they have any kind of issue or questions or clarification, they can immediately reach out to them over an email or just call us directly, and we are there to help you out.
Yeah, awesome. I think that statement, "we are there for you," is the biggest relaxing statement for any person to hear.
Right.
And then, so apart from CRM, is there any other solutions that you guys help in automating a business, when it comes to digitalizing a business now?
Right. So we earlier explored with digital marketing, but then we found out that it's better that we partner with some other agency who can help our customers, whoever needs that, rather than building our own team in-house. So if you talk about other aspects, we have two categories of our business. So one is the main company, Automate SMB, and then the platform or the tool, Automate CRM. So on Automate CRM, we just focus on the CRM aspects and automations. And if you need any kind of external tools or platforms to work in synergy with the CRM platform, that is what we handle using our Automate SMB's team. So in that aspects, we normally help customers with chatbot solution. And we also have partnered with some other agencies which are into website designing and e-commerce platform customization and kind of things. So that is another aspect of our business to help customers have a smoother experience from the customer facing end to the backend operations as well.
Mm-hmm. So during the course of time, what has been your biggest learning?
The biggest learning is that just be on the game. Don't quit. So before Automate CRM, I have actually launched 3 similar services earlier in the same domain. So one was Twillex, which basically worked with a CPS platform called as Twilio. So we provided the front end for that. So earlier Twilio just provided APIs. They did not have their own front end to make the calls or SMS and emails. So we implemented a front end, a small application through which you can manage your list of contacts, do your telecall campaigns, SMS campaigns, email campaigns. So that was one of our first application that we launched, which we ran free of cost for around 2 years. And then the second one which we introduced was again free of cost, open source CRM hosting. Because many people, they use open source tools because it is free. It is a major factor for the decision, but then they ended up, having that CRM running on their own laptop or kind of things. So we assisted with such customers with providing, the minimal thing free of cost, and then we used to charge only for the services in terms of consulting to them, or if they need any kind of customization. So that over that period, it gave us a good experience that just be in the game and dance to the tune of, not exactly to the tune of customer, but yeah, be customer led. So deliver what your customers need rather than, doing things in your own world. So I'm an engineer, so I love to build things. So, but that should not be the case. We should be focusing more on what customers need rather than introducing some random things or features in the platform.
Yeah, I think you have struck upon the right point, because as long as a customer's pain point is solved, that is where the business is also been driving on your side as well as their side.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so anything where if you faced a failure or some low point, because like as you said, 2 years you were doing it for free, so managing it would have been a challenge, I'm sure.
Right. So the challenge comes here is in terms of team management. So there has been many cases, or not many actually, there has been like 3 or 4 cases where we were planning to launch few more applications, and we are a bootstrap company. We are not an invested company. So of course the cash flow becomes a challenge for us from time to time. And then a few other team members decided to quit our company, and at the final stages when we are almost ready to go live with the application. So that has been a low point for us around 2 or 3 times in the whole 10 years.
So now how did you overcome this problem now?
Right. So now the only solution for a bootstrap company is to have more and more customers so that you have a proper cash flow. And one more thing was that we became a bit strict on our the payment schedules. So earlier we had that fear that in the earliest stages that if we become too much strict, it's quite possible that customer might deviate from being a customer with us. So, but over the time we learned that that's not the case. So they are a customer, we are in a professional relationship. So each party has to respect each and everyone, right? So then we became a bit strict on the payments cycles, and introducing this SaaS platform, which is entirely automated. Now we don't have any manual control on how you do the payments. So now if you don't pay, the system is basically suspended for if you don't have a particular reason. So that helped, and that also changed the mindset of our customers. And so now they are aware that we have to pay on time, and if they want to continue using the system, right?
Awesome. So, what is the best compliment that you have received? What do you consider as the biggest win so far?
The biggest win will be our team members getting praised by our customers. So I just keep waiting for our customers to tell that our team member have done a wonderful job, and mostly all our customers do praise from time to time our team members that they have been doing a wonderful job, and that's really good to hear.
So you're delivering customer satisfaction to the core.
Yeah, I mean, at the core, yeah. And that is not just keeping up to myself. That is completely transparent, and that also keeps our team members motivated, right? So it's a win-win thing for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. So now, is the pricing too high now for a small or a moderate business? Since you guys have traveled the path and you have made your system robust and your solutions robust, so how is it affordable for a small or a medium business?
Right. So if we talk about just the cost part, I guess I would say that we are the most affordable one. Mm-hmm. And if you talk about the cost and the value ratio, I guess nobody can beat us.
You seem to be very confident on that aspect.
Yeah, because our smallest package starts from around 500, and the maximum it goes to around 2,000 rupees. And the value that you get in regards to that is way high. Along with that, if you compare with the costs that you save by combining everything into one, is just a huge thing.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. So in that case, if customers want to connect with you, your services are global, right?
Yes. So we already have customers. We have been working with, I won't say they are our customers. We have a good relationship with them, and he also has been kind of an investor also for us, not actual technical investor, but yeah. So they have really helped us in setting up the organization in terms of helping us in the initial stages. This company is from US, and they are into sales process engineering. Justin Rothmarsh, and he is one of the thought leaders into the sales domain. So we have been working with him for around 10 years now. So our biggest and most helpful customer till now. So the same technology is also being delivered by them to their customers. And along with that, we have worked with many consulting partners across the MENA group from Dubai, Egypt, and kind of thing. We had partners in our earlier days from Australia as well. So we have been delivering solutions across the globe. And since we have a wide network of consulting partners with us, it becomes easier to provide localized solutions. Although our core operations are done, everything is in India, in Bangalore. But yeah, with the help of our partners, we are able to deliver solutions globally.
Awesome. So in that case, if people want to get in touch with you directly, how do they connect with you?
Just come to our website or chat with us on our social media platform on Facebook or LinkedIn. Just drop us a message.
Awesome. So what's your vision for the next 5 years? How do you see yourself?
Right. So there are two aspects that we are focusing more on. The first one is in terms of getting more and more vertical solutions ready. So right now we are more of a horizontal kind of thing. So it's a generic platform, and then we align that based on your business process. But in general, what happens is each and every industry has its own way of working. We are coming up with many ready-made solutions for various industries, so that it gives you a starting point. So it's around 70% ready for your industry, and then you fine tune as per your unique needs. So that is our first focus, to get more and more industry ready solutions. And then the second aspect that we are working on is onboarding more and more consulting partners who bring that industry specific knowledge on our platform. Because there are so many individual consultants and system integrators who work as a freelancer or as individual firm. But what they lack is a fine-tuned technology stack for themselves, which they can easily sell or they can recommend to other businesses. So we are trying to onboard such more and more partners, which can help different organizations on specific industries.
I think this is the future where people look for collaborative partners like this.
Exactly.
Awesome. So with this, we almost come to the end of the conversation. Do you have any message, any particular message for people?
Yeah, two things. Be on the game. And second one, start with the CRM as soon as you can. Right.
Yeah, that's a good line. Good one. I think we have come to the end of this conversation. In case you feel that we have missed out on any particular question, please feel free to add.
No, I guess we are good. We have covered almost everything.
Okay. It was wonderful chatting with you, Nilay. It's been an eye opener for me as well when it comes to CRM, definitely, because as you rightly mentioned, it is at the beginning that we have to implement, not at some stage thinking that, okay, when I reach that stage, I will do.
Right. Exactly.
So that's been a huge learning for me as well. Definitely, I think. So thank you so much for your time as well as.
It has been an honor on your podcast, and I'm really appreciating your efforts on what you're doing, and getting more and more businesses covered in your podcast. All the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I thank Mr. Nilay from the bottom of my heart for taking out time to share his wonderful experiences and insights about automation for small and medium businesses. Here are my top 5 takeaways. My first learning is that help your customers have a smoother business experience by incorporating CRM. My second learning is that technology is not an expense, it is an investment. CRM integration is a must for every business, and it should start from the first day of operation itself. My third learning, automate your standard procedures and save time so that you will be able to focus on your core areas of expertise. My fourth learning is that get your team used to technology so that it will reduce the fear of technology within them. My fifth learning is that deliver what your customer needs efficiently by adapting a digital landscape into your business. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Dream 100 Show. Never lose out on an opportunity to learn about cultivating your inner strengths on Dream 100 Show. We strongly believe that life is just a play. We win some, we lose some, we miss some, and we mess with some. So enjoy your journey and play to the fullest. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Dream 100 Show. And now, make a smart decision of taking the next step towards building your trust and your dreams. Don't forget to subscribe to Dream 100 Show and leave a review on Apple Podcast. Share your biggest takeaways with us and follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. For more details, shoot an email to us. This is Savita signing off and catch you soon in our next episode.